experienced users of Zoom.
Yes. Zoom can't earn money from us because if
But we are smart enough to not pay them the money.
That's
Huh.
true. Because if we I so that if we apply to pro, I have to pay monthly, I think $14 or $15
If if
monthly.
if we were on the professional version, we would have to pay
Yeah, that's true.
each month about, I think, $15.
$15. That's true.
$15 for the vaccine? Or are you talking something else? About something else? So-
Zoom
For
subscription.
Zoom.
Zoom subscription. If I will apply,
Okay, yeah.
I have
This,
to pay.
It's a perfect exercise to train the conditional. If we were on the professional Zoom version, we would have to pay. We
yeah,
would have paid. We would have to pay.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
but
And there is a version who offer captions, in the video call, but it's the
Oh,
more
I
paid
didn't
one.
know.
Yeah, and interesting.
And these captions are produced online live. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, might
So
be
I think it should
maybe
be a very powerful computer to do it.
yeah.
what
Mhm.
is that, guys?
Captions,
Caption? I never heard that.
subtitles.
Uh, because
Yeah.
Shikar, he's using always Google Meet up, and then Google Meet up, there is no limit, but you
Mhm.
have your own software so you can record your conversation. So that is Shikar doing nowadays. But I don't have my
Ah,
own software, so that's why I always using Zoom.
ah.
Mm.
So there
Mhm.
is a software called Google Meet, actually, because I didn't find it.
You can find Google Meetup, and then that is free and it's unlimited. You can talk for 2 hours or
Yeah.
more, but you cannot record unless if you have your own software, you downloaded your own software, then you can record your
Mm,
conversation.
yeah.
There are a
Oh,
lot of software like that, but the main problem, I think, is the disk capacity, because these files, recorded files, are in enormous size. So
yeah, they
I
are not
think
compressed. Yeah, maybe. Mm.
So that's why our first session we have many participants, and then second session we only have few participants. We are all left.
good
Yeah,
for us. Good for us.
Good for us. We can talk more.
yeah.
Yes.
More time for
More
talking.
time to talk. Continue, Tom, your speech. Do you have anything?
I think that I how to say it? It's a phrase in English to finish the topic. How to say it? There's a phrasal verb, I think, special to deepen.
Report
To
or
You
I
mean?
I finished the topic. I said everything what I
Want to
was
say?
intended to say.
You get done,
Okay. Let's move on to Alex.
Alex.
Mm.
How about you, Alex?
Difficult
Maybe.
to say after Tom. He almost said everything about this and different opinion. I know there are a lot of different opinion about vaccine, and of course it's a personal deal or personal business, do it or not. And in my opinion, I don't believe still this vaccine, because I heard a lot of case when it ended not very bad. It's percentage of it very low, but anyway, it's a bit dangerous in my opinion, and I don't trust absolutely to vaccine, and I decided to wait, do it. Maybe I change my mind in the future. But anyway, we have it, and it's a good idea to create some kind of vaccine passport, and it's will be easier to attend some kind of events and travel a lot abroad, and but it wouldn't be last forever. It would
Just
be last
temporary.
about half an hour, sorry, half a year or something like that. And after that, you have to vaccine again. I don't heard about how vaccination will be last, and it's, in my opinion, it depends on kind of vaccination and things like this. And in my opinion, to travel abroad or to attend event, every people has to be admitted to do it independently. Have he has vaccine or not? Maybe people hope on their immune system and don't afraid this, and
Disease.
they more afraid vaccine, as I heard when human has antibodies in the blood, and after that he make vaccine, and these different antibodies fight with each other. It can lead to bad conclusion, to bad event after that. And in my opinion, it's not probed, not invent enough, and it helps more investigation in this area. You know.
All right. Yeah, me too, Alex. I agree with you. I'm also not, I'm scared about this vaccine, so I don't really trust, because there are a lot of doctors, they are showing that, oh, we got get the vaccine, but they're just faking. They're just using water and then show to the public that they are vaccinated. So people encourage or tend to get vaccinated as well. And then later on, so they can sell their vaccine, of course. And then later on, when the people, this person has low immune system, then when they get vaccinated, they have bad side effects. So me too, I don't really believe, because it's not really proven that it's safe. So I have to wait also. For now, here in Korea, they are starting to get other people to vaccinate it, but no, I'm waiting. I will take later.
I wanted to add that, in my opinion, from my perspective, it might have to be free for people, and our government have to take this on them, you know, and pay for it. And also major state like Russia or United States have to help the other poor country with this vaccine, and don't have a lot of money from it, and think only about the profit. And it's, in my opinion, it's not fair to do it, because as I notice, a lot of countries try to invent this cure first in order to sell it in the international market, but it's bad situation, and the poor country in which scientists not very developed, it's very difficult to obtain this vaccine and to fight with this disease. But at the same time, if in these countries will be continue this COVID, it spread all over the world, and we have to fight with it, this whole world. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Can I share my
Yes.
opinion
okay.
about this? Because I think about the system that China use right now, and they start using it before, so long time before. This system working good, works good, and any countries don't use it. I don't know why, but it works perfectly. This system is some application on the phone. They set application on the phone, and this application show people who was in contact, who is healthy, and who was ill, for example, and they have some restrictions go to public places. For example, it could be some different colors on this application. And when they attend to visit some places, everybody can see these signs on the phone screen, and they have restrictions to go somewhere. For maybe 2 weeks, some period of time could be. But I know that in Canada, our government tried to use some application, but it was some different kind of application, because in China, it is not people sent information about their disease or their contacts, but government and some special medical facilities decide what information they will send to this application, and it not depend from the people. But in our case, people allowed, not it's not a rule, but we allowed to share this information to others, because in our country it's very important to protect human rights, and they try to keep their private information. But now in this very bad situation in our all countries around the world, it is very important to have this information about spreading of the disease. And in my opinion, it's very important to have this system, this kind of applications on the phones in every countries around the world, but nobody use it. But it's great system, I think.
I think there is obvious reason for that, because that system could be established either in a country with a totalitarian government, when citizens have nothing to say about it, or in the country with the very transparent government, when citizens are fully informed about the procedures and how it works. It is the only situation which is possible. And when there is a mistrust, and where authorities are not fully believed by the citizens, there were always fears that this system could be used for limiting their rights, because this system had access to the full details of their activities, of their location, of their doings, and their personal data, and it could be easily used for. Imagine yourself that it could be used, for example, for fighting the opposition activities, when you can easily locate, for example, the citizens which are taking part at the manifestation, some kind of opposition, and you can identify the person and then arrest them, all of them. and even better, you can localize the leaders of this manifestation on the area, on the marketplace in the town, for example. You can very precisely tell who is the speaker, who is the leader, and you can very effectively could use this application to limit the rights of citizens. I think this is the reason. And I would like to tell you another interesting fact that it was discovered in Great Britain, and it was a patient. He was suffering from cancer, and his immune system wasn't so perfect as usual immune system, and he was diagnosed as infected by virus, and he was taken to hospital, but the symptoms of the illness weren't very hard, so he was treated only a little, and then he was released to home. And after some time, he was welcomed to the hospital again with more serious effects, and he was diagnosed again and again and again, and he couldn't be treated because it turned out that he was infected not by one, but several thousand kinds of species of viruses. And all of them were fighting among them to take control over the body. Some of them were controlling only the one part of the body, of his body, and another part of the body, and they were fighting against each other to take control over his body. And some of these species were so new and so unique that scientists find out that this is the mechanism in which the virus mutates, and because it was discovered that new mutations are going at wild, and nobody knows from where they are going on, and it is now thought that these immune affected patients are kind of machines to produce new species of virus. So these patients should be take care about very, very specially, because they are kind of danger for society, because they could produce a lot of new species which could be more infectious and more dangerous. So it is crazy for me.
Yeah, it's very interesting and horrified story. And he is still alive?
He's still alive?
Yeah, no, unfortunately he died. They couldn't cure them because he was so severely affected by these viruses, the thousands of them, that he couldn't be cured. And the more horrible fact and interesting kind of is that during his treatment, they used the plasmoids, the substance which was obtained from the blood of patients which fighted the virus. So it was kind of medicine which usually works for the ordinary people to cure them. And in his case, it was like that after he was treated with these plasmoids, the viruses spreaded even better, and they were thriving. They were very satisfied with this treating, because they could mutate even better. So it was crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Oh,
It depends from your immune system, maybe, and condition of the diseases, and
was it transferred to another human? The virus?
Yeah, it could be like that. Such a kind of
No.
patient could be a machine to spread the new types of new species of virus. So these kind of patients should be isolated
Mm.
in the first as a first thing.
Mhm.
Scary.
Yes, of course.
Because
Scientists not yet discover all cases, all interesting thing about it, how it's spread, and every mutation is new for our scientists. Yeah.
yeah, they're so intelligent, right? They can cover so many.
And there is a as the commentary said, it's now mankind has a race, kind of race against the virus, and it is the race if the mankind will be vaccinated first, or if the virus mutates in such a form, it will be not possible to treat
Not
the virus
not effective,
with the
yeah.
vaccine.
Yes, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's still new variant, right? Like the South Africa, I think, the Brazilian one that Angelica mentioned, and then the British one or English one. I don't know, British, I suppose. And yeah, so those are the only three ones, or you know more of them?
I think that there are more of them, but only discovered were some of them because
Oh,
testing is also money consuming and it is
okay,
expensive. So I think it is
okay.
in my country it is like that we have now peak of infections, but on the other hand I noticed that it could be a side effect that we are testing more and more people. And if we were testing for example 40,000 people daily, there were about 20,000 of infections, and now we are testing up to 100,000 daily, and the number of infections is higher. But I think it could be because of the greater number of tests used.
Yeah, of
Yes,
test.
exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
we have the same situation. When we test more people, it's more positive results
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in our country.
Better
Yeah,
not go to or to test yourself. I never tried to test.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do you
because
do
you know
that
what, guys?
No
actually?
reason.
Even though it just only have cough or catch a cold, but just charge you. Oh, you have COVID. You have COVID. Yeah, they just exaggerate this. This news.
And you know, I was told that these tests also shows positive when you have ordinary cold or flu. So they are not very how to say it fragile and not very
Okay.
accurate, because they are
hmm
testing infection as it, not the very
Okay.
specific infection.
But it could be specific because they exactly need to know if it is virus, coronavirus, or it is usual virus.
Mm.
How they can divide it. I think
Yeah,
it could be some special.
I think that these specific tests, these more accurate tests are possible and they are accessible, but only in hospitals. But in my country, some tests are possible to buy at the shops, ordinary shops. So you can go and buy a test and use it by yourself, but they are not very accurate.
Yes, it's like a first stage of testing. If you have
Mhm.
positive from this test, you can go to the hospital for another one. Okay.
Oh yes. Okay, guys. So we can move on to our reading exercise. What do you think? Or just
Okay.
keep talking?
Yeah.
Do you prefer? We can move to our reading. Where is that? Let me share my screen. Um, hold on, please. I can't find it anyway. Oh,
We'll continue talking.
yeah, keep talking, guys. Oh, there you go. Here.
We have never-ending story about the virus. We can talk and
Yeah.
talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
it's very
Favorite topic of the
popular right now.
Very sensitive topic in every country about, and I also heard a lot of cases when people was ill, but even don't know that they have this type of coronavirus and just recover after that and don't test any check, don't take any check for coronavirus.
in my opinion, most of cases are like that, without any symptoms.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
Very
have more illness people than we know about this.
Mhm. Okay, can you see it? This?
Yes.
Mhm.
Who wants to read first?
I think Tom is ready.
Tom,
As always.
okay.
Can read
I don't
if
need
you
to read for you guys. You just read it or just listen to you and then give you correction. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Fabio, can you read?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay.
Okay.
Lubaba.
Okay.
Mhm.
Governments around the world may create vaccine passports to help open up societies. The passport would be a record of the holder having had the COVID-19 vaccine. It could be downloaded on the smartphone, or it could be added to the microchip in identity cards. Businesses such as restaurants and theaters might require people to show their passport before they enter. People will also need one to enter venues to watch sporting events. Supporters of the sports passports say it would also allow people to travel overseas more easily. The World Health Organization is looking at a possible international scheme. This would require countries to agree on what kind of passport is necessary.
Continue.
Next.
Yes. Continue.
Okay. Opponents of vaccine passports say they are unfair and could create inequality in society. Many people do not want vaccine. Some people say it goes against their religion. Other people do not trust the vaccine and say it has not been tested enough and is therefore unsafe. Some people worry about the security of their health data. These people may not be able to go to restaurants or get on airplanes. Israel Health Minister Yuli Edelstein said anyone unwilling or unable to get the job will be left behind in life. In addition, the vaccine is not available to everyone in the world. A human rights professor said for many low-income countries, most people won't be vaccinated for many years.
Okay. Good job, Lubaba. Yeah, I think you
Thank
pronounced it
you.
well. I don't.
There is an error because it should be job.
Yes, it should be
No,
job.
this one,
Yeah.
guys, there is a meaning. This one, you can search it. What is the meaning of job? Job. It's not job, but
Yeah.
jab. This one, there is a meaning of,
Really?
yeah. Job means
Job,
like
what
if
is it?
you are not taking this, you are left behind. So this one, phrase, this one, left behind. If you're not taking this vaccine passport, that means you are out of the uh, league or out of the train. And you can search it. Jab. Left.
Yeah, jab. In
Mhm.
boxing, jab. Sudden blow.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay. Did you find the
Okay.
Tom?
But job, it's a short, yeah? It is the same meaning.
It's shot and also blow, kick, something like that. Mhm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes. Did you find it? Did you find it, Tom?
I found
Alex found it.
And I found it.
To make quick,
Yeah, it could be.
okay, to make quickly or abrupt thrust with a sharp object. Okay, so in
Yeah.
this case, if
Just.
you are not taking this vaccine passport, then you're left behind. Okay, left behind. Do you know what is left behind mean?
Yeah.
It's on the back of the life.
Left behind, for example, you are
Not to be able to catch up.
yeah, you cannot do it right away, okay, quickly. You're left behind. Great job, Lovava. Okay, so let me
Thank
see.
you.
Fabio, you wanna read?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I sometimes I struggle with my braces, but I will.
Practice reading.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Governments around the world might create vaccine passport to help open up societies. The passport would be a record of the holder having had the COVID-19 vaccine. It could be downloaded on a smartphone, or it could be added to the microchip in identity cards. Business such as restaurants and theaters might require people to show the passport before they enter. People might also need one to enter venues to watch sporting events. Supporters of the passports um, say it will also allow people to travel overseas more easily. The World Health Organization is looking at the possible international scheme. This will require countries to agree on what kind of passport is necessary. Opponents of vaccine passports say that they are unfair and could create inequality in society. Many people do not want the vaccine. Some people say it goes against their religion. Other people do not trust the vaccine and say it has not been tested enough and is therefore unsafe. Some people worry about the security on their health data. These people might not be able to go to restaurants or get on airplanes. Israel Health Minister Julie Edelstein said anyone unwilling or unable to get the jab will will be left behind in life. In addition, the vaccine is not available to everyone in the world. A human rights professor said, for many low-income countries, most people won't be vaccinated for many years.
All right, great job, Fabio.
Mhm.
But I noticed that some words you change. For example, this one would, but you said will. So remember
Ah,
that?
huh.
And then this one
Yeah.
they, but you said that that. And can you say it, this one health?
Health.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
And another one, this one is not COVID, but it's
Co-
COVID. COVID.
COVID.
COVID.
Oh.
COVID. Not COVID. COVID.
Yeah.
COVID-19. Uh-huh. Great job. Let's see. Tom, can you?
Okay. Uh, Governments around the world may create vaccine passports to help open up societies. The passport would be a record of the holder having had the COVID-19 vaccine. It could be downloaded on a smartphone or it could be added to the microchip in identity card. Businesses such as restaurants and theaters might require people to show their passport before they enter. People may also need one to enter venues to watch sporting events. Supporters of the passports need say it would allow or supporters of the passports say it would also allow people to travel overseas more easily. The World Health Organization is looking at possible international scheme. This would require countries to agree on what kind of passport is necessary. Opponents of the vaccine passports say they are unfair and could create inequality in society. Many people do not want the vaccine. Some people say it goes against their religion. Other people do not trust the vaccine and say it has not been tested enough and is therefore unsafe. Some people worry about the security of their health data. These people may not be able to go to the restaurants or go on airplanes. Israel's health minister, Yuli Edelstein, said anyone unwilling or unable to get the jab will be left behind in life. In addition, the vaccine is not available to everyone in the world. A human rights professor said, for many low-income countries, most people won't be vaccinated for many years.
Wow, Tom, you really improve your pronunciation. I can
Thanks.
hear clearly the words you pronounce it. You pronounce well, but I think you have to practice more the linking sound. Okay, next time
Yeah,
practice the one. But for now, I can notice you pronounce the words clearly. Good job, Tom.
thanks.
You
But
improve.
there is always still much to be done. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Keep studying.
As always my coach says, good job, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true, Tom. Yeah. Always good job, but there is always continuation, right? Mm-hmm. So how
Thank you.
about Alex?
Okay, I will try to do it quickly.
Oh,
Governments around the world may create vaccine passports to help open up societies. The passports would be a record of the holder having had the COVID-19 vaccine. It could be downloaded on a smartphone or it could be added to the microchip in identity cards. Businesses such as restaurants and theaters might require people to show their passports before they enter. People may also need one to enter venues and to watch sporting events. Supporters of the passport say it would also allow people to travel overseas more easily. The World Health Organization is looking at a possible international scheme. This would require countries to agree on what kind of passport is necessary. Opponents of vaccine passports say they are unfair and could create inequality in society. Many people don't want the vaccine. Some people say it goes against their religions. Other people don't trust the vaccine and say it hasn't been tested enough and is therefore unsafe. Some people worry about the security of their health data. These people may not be able to go to the restaurant or get on airplanes. Israel's health minister Yuli Edelstein said everyone unwilling or unable to get the jab will be left behind in life. In addition, the vaccine is not available to everyone in the world. A human rights professor said, for many low-income countries, most people won't be vaccinated for many years.
okay. So much, Alex. Oh, we have less than 1 minute. Okay, I only noticed that you said religious, but this is religion. Okay, religion.
Religion.
Religion, not religious. All right, guys, we have only less than 1 minute. Thank you so much.
time flies.
So, yes, I'll see you next week, guys. Have a nice
Thank you,
weekend,
too.
everyone.
Okay,
Have a nice
Thank
weekend.
you.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Thank you for talking this us
yeah.
together.
Thank you
Bye.
so much, guys. Bye bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.